Hello and welcome to We Blog Any Car with me, Sheridan, in the new Vauxhall Grandland Hybrid. Now I've got to say a huge thanks to Baylis Vauxhall for allowing me to use their demo for this video. I will pop a link down below, so if you were looking for a new or a used Vauxhall, have a look at them. Over to the quick stats.
This is the new Vauxhall Grandland Hybrid. It's powered by a 1.2 litre turbocharged petrol engine that produces 145 PS. It features a 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. Fuel consumption is around 51 miles per gallon, with a combined CO2 figure of 124 grams per kilometre. The version shown here is the GS. Prices start from just under £38,000.
This car is worlds away from the Grandland that it replaced. Don't get me wrong, the previous Grandland was not a bad car at all, and it actually makes a very good used car. But this car really just shares the name. That's it, because it's a lot bigger, over 17 and a bit centimeters longer. It looks nothing like the previous Grandland. At the front, you've got the visor front end with LED headlights. So the Vauxhall Griffin at the front actually lights up, but also Vauxhall in the rear lights up as well. So you've got the rear light bar, you've got Vauxhall, which is all written in, or lights up in red. The dashboard, I absolutely love the dashboard. The textures, the materials, the way it all looks. The display in front of me is very clear, telling me everything that I need to know for my speed and my range and how far I've gone in miles. I've got my infotainment screen here, which is really big, it's really clear, and it's really quick as well. And then we go down to the climate control buttons, which are buttons, okay? So you've got some buttons here that you can control the fan speed and the temperature, and if you so wish, you've got some buttons there actually on the screen, which you can do exactly the same thing. I prefer to use the buttons though. Got a center armrest, it's got a little cubby hole. To be fair, there's cubby holes all over this car, but it's really comfortable, and it gives me a kind of sporty feeling. So this car has a luxurious but also sporty feeling, because the center console is actually quite high. You have got storage underneath in the middle, but my arm just rests nicely here in a very wide center console. You've got 2 cup holders, and I like the fact that you've got the air vents for the driver and the passenger in the doors, which is pretty cool. I think the first time I ever noticed a car that had that would be a Porsche 928, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I do like that. That is a nice touch. And also, like I said before, the materials. This is, it's soft, it's spongy, and it's just nice to feel. Seats are really comfortable. They're quite broad as well. I could personally do lots and lots of miles in this car. So what is it like to drive? Well, I'm sitting quite high. Dashboard feels very low, which I like. Visibility is really good in this car. You've got quite thin A-pillars. The windscreen feels big. I can see right out. I can see both the front wings, but what I also like, which is really good, is the fact that the bonnet's actually quite flat, and in the middle you've got the crease, so it's like a little V that runs along the center of the bonnet, which is really good for referencing where the front end of this car is whilst driving. This is the hybrid version. It's powered by a 1.2 petrol engine, which is really quiet, and it's actually quite seamless when it comes in and when it switches to battery electric motor mode. The only time really that you would hear the engine is if you were going to push the car a little bit. Apart from that, like driving along here through Broadway, which is a lovely village, it's silent. Absolutely silent. The gear changes are all smooth. I tend to drive this in the eco mode, which is brilliant. And I like the fact that obviously as soon as I take my foot off the accelerator, it's recharging the batteries as well, which is then in turn improving my miles per gallon. Steering is really light at low speeds. You know, I'm doing 15 miles an hour. That is just nice and easy to steer around that roundabout. Wakes up very well at speed as well. Brakes are not grabby, the brakes are very progressive. The accelerator pedal is just the right amount of weight, so you know exactly what and how much pressure to apply depending on the situation that you're driving in. You've got 3 different drive modes. You've got normal, you've got eco, and you've got sport. As you can imagine, as soon as you put it into sport, everything changes, it all goes red, obviously. Sport mode. But as I said before, I prefer driving this around, been driving it around for a little while now. I prefer to drive it in the normal mode or eco. That's good enough. Here we go. So I'm doing 54 miles an hour. This is running on 19-inch wheels. Road surface, I seem to pick up the road surfaces at the worst, but then again, that's a good thing, because then you know that you can only get better from here. This road surface is not good at all, but it's quiet. This car is soaking up the bumps. But as I said before, what really impresses me the most is how this car switches from electric to petrol mode with the engine, and how quick and how quiet it is. So if I'm just easy on the accelerator pedal, you don't feel the changes. Just so easy. They go from first into second gear, that's third. 30 miles an hour, easy as that. Right, into the rear. As I said before, the new Grandland is now just a smidgen over 17 centimeters longer than the previous model, and yeah, I've got loads of headroom, but I've got a huge amount of leg room. Driver's seat's adjusted to how I was driving this car. My feet go right underneath the seat as well. I can stretch out. Got an armrest, loads of room. Can fit 3 of me in here quite easily. Yeah, this is a very roomy place to be. Lots of glass. Got the carbon fiber effect on the door there. It's nice. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, just pop them down below. As I said before, huge thanks to Bayliss Vauxhall in Cheltenham for allowing me to drive that demonstrator. If you're interested in new Vauxhall or used Vauxhall, as I said before, I've popped their details down below, so have a look at the link. As I always say, whatever you're driving, I really hope it's enjoyable. Take care, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye for now.